What's up, guys? In this video, what I want to do is show you how to add two mixed numbers by using the mixed number approach as well as the improper fraction approach. Now, whatever approach that you want to use is going to be up to you or what your teacher is asking you to do. And the difference between these approaches is when I'm dealing with mixed numbers, the mixed number approach is just going to preserve them as mixed numbers, which I think is great. And I think for a lot of problems, keeps the problem in a simplified format and is going to be the easier way to approach it. The other approach is to be able to convert them over to improper fractions. Sometimes can bring up some challenges because you are creating some larger improper fractions. However, one thing I've noticed is for some addition problems as well as for some subtraction problems, converting things to improper fractions does help me avoid making some mistakes because the mixed number, the whole part and whole and fraction, like sometimes can get confusing. So just using my operations as improper fractions sometimes allows me to make less mistakes. However, one thing I want you to remember is if you are going to convert a fraction into an improper fraction, or you're going to convert a mixed number into an improper fraction, just make sure you take that your answer and put it back into the mixed number format. At least as a math teacher, that's something I would always tell my students to be able to do. So how are we going to add our mixed numbers? Well, in this case, we have 2 1/3 plus a 1 2/5. So we need to understand, again, like what exactly are mixed numbers? Mixed numbers tell us that we have a whole as well as a part, okay? So we have 2 wholes plus 1/3, and then we have a 1 plus a 2/5. So when we're adding mixed numbers, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the whole, and then we're going to add the parts or the fractions. Okay, so in this case, what you can simply do is I'm just gonna say, all right, well, I'm gonna take the 2 and the 1. So I'm gonna say 2 plus 1, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and combine the 1/3 and the 2/5. Now, the important thing that I don't want you to understand is like, I actually don't want to write this as like a plus, all right? Because it gets confusing. And that's why I don't like this approach. We're adding the wholes in the part, like we're adding these two fractions. But again, notice this is not 2. This is really technically 2 plus 1/3, right? But we don't have an addition sign there. So it's kind of like this confusing part. A lot of times students will think, oh, it's 2 times 1/3. No, it's not 2 times 1/3. It's just saying there's 2 wholes and then there's an addition to that is a 1/3, but there's no plus sign. It just gets confusing. So what I always like to do is, again, like I just kind of group them like this rather than using actually parentheses because I don't want you to confuse it with a multiplication. So I have a 2 plus 1, which is going to give me a 3. And then here, I just need to go ahead and add these. Now, again, when you're adding fractions, right, and they don't have common denominators, well, you got to find the common denominator. And the common denominator in this case is going to be 15 because that's the smallest number that 3 and 5 evenly divide into. So to obtain a 15, for both my denominators here, I'm going to multiply by 5 on the top and bottom on the left and a 3 on the top and bottom on the right. Okay. And when doing that now, I'm going to have a 5/15 plus a 6/15. Now I can go ahead and add those up, and that's going to give me a 21 over 15. So that's going to be a 3 plus a 21 over a 15. I don't know why I wrote a 21 over a 15. That's not 21. That is going to be an 11 over 15. And don't write the plus either. What am I doing? I'm saying it's 3 plus, but yeah, it's 3 and 11/15. See, I'm even confusing myself. Not even confusing myself, but I'm confusing the language that I'm using to represent with my mixed numbers. Maybe that's because I was a high school teacher and I didn't deal with a lot with fractions, especially mixed numbers, as that was something taught, earlier. Not definitely through, my teaching education. But I can definitely say from me not wanting to get this confused or to confuse you, a lot of times I just like to deal with things in improper fraction format. I just make less mistakes. It makes sense to me, right? It's okay if the numerator is larger than the denominator, like it's just an improper fraction. And for me, I make less mistakes over here than I do over there. But you can see like this is pretty nice because adding 2 plus 1 was easy. And then adding a 1/3 plus a 2/5 was like rather simplified. So that wasn't that bad either. Let's go and take a look over here because if we are going to do this in the improper fraction approach, what we need to do is now convert these over to improper fractions. So 3 times 2 is going to be a 6 plus 1 is 7. So that's going to be a 7/3. And then over here, I'm going to have a 5 times 1 is going to be a 5 plus 2 is going to be a 7/5. Okay, so now what I simply need to do is I need to go ahead and add these together. So again, we need to find the least common denominator, which again is going to be 15. So again, to obtain that, I'm going to multiply by 5 over 5 and a 3 over 3. Okay, so now what happens here, and this is sometimes where it comes into that problem with using improper fractions, is you're creating kind of like a larger fraction than you possibly would with dealing with the mixed numbers, which is a little bit more of a simplified approach. So in this case, we have a 35 over 15 plus a 21 over 15. Now we go ahead and combine these, and you can see that's going to be a 56 over 15. Okay, so remember what I said at the beginning. I said, all right, that is the answer, right? That is technically the answer, but it's in improper fraction format. And how did the problem start? The problem started in mixed numbers. So if I was your teacher, I would say, hey, if I'm going to give you a problem in mixed numbers, you can use improper format, but make sure you put your answer back into as a mixed number, right? I started mixed numbers, give it back to me as a mixed number. So to do that, all we got to ask ourselves is how many times does 15 evenly divide into 50? Well, I know 15 goes into 45 3 times, right? And the 56 minus 45 is going to be 11. The answer is kind of right there as well. So that's going to be 11 over a 15. All right. So hopefully this helps you, gives you a little bit of determination. Like I said, you should be comfortable in both approaches. And again, depending on the problem or depending on the instructions or the direction of your teacher, that will help you decide which method to be able to use. So hopefully if you need any more examples on mixed numbers or fractions, then go and check out the next videos I have for you here. Cheers.